Hey, welcome back. We are here in front of this cave entrance for the cave horrors. We are all geared up for it. Unfortunately, the first thing we do after making our Amulet of Fury is something where we can't use our Amulet of Fury. We have to use the Witchwood icon to kill these guys, as you probably well know. It also requires level 58 Slayer, which we are level 59. And the drop rate for the Black Mask, I believe, is 1 in 512. I'll put it up on screen if I'm wrong, but pretty sure it's 1 in 512. So we took a trip to the Warriors Guild. We got our attack, strength, defense potions going. We've got full cheesy potatoes. And I decided that Void Melee is probably going to be the best bet here because just mostly because of the magic defense that it provides. It's actually better than Black Dragonhide for magic defense. And if we take a look at our set bonus here, when wearing the full set, including the gloves, we will get a 10% bonus to our melee damage and accuracy. So we will be more accurate, we'll deal more damage, and we'll get hit less because of our magic defense. It is a magic-based melee attack that they hit you with, so I can also choose the perflick if I'd like, but the animations that they have you do and that they do kind of make it difficult to perflick just because it I don't know, puts you in weird situations where you can't actually see what your characters are actually doing. So perflicking, unless you have the timing down, could be difficult here, but we'll do our best to make these trips as long as we can. These guys drop a lot of Ensouled Heads pretty commonly that offer a decent amount of prayer experience, so depending on how long this grind takes, we could end up seeing level 60 prayer, which would be great. That would mean that we have access to chivalry. I am tired of activating all three of these to give myself some bonus, but yeah, this is what we're doing. We got our pet with us, just bringing him along for the ride. Give him a change of scenery apart from the POH that he's always in. Yeah, not much more to say. We're just going to pretty much be trying to finish up this list. Go for the torso, go for the Black Mask, imbue the Black Mask, so we'll be doing some Nightmare Zone. And then depending, maybe we'll end up trying our first Fire Cape because once we have the torso and the Black Mask imbued, we're just going to be moving on to Slayer. We're going to be going for level 69. Which is a requirement for the quest cape for Monkey Madness 2 specifically. So, all right, we're all set up to kill these cave horrors. We've done one trip so far where we got like 76 kills, I think. So we're a little bit of the way into the second trip at 92 KC. We've gotten one hard clue so far, which was completable. So we're stacking our caskets again. We're set up with Alks. We've got runes that we need to reanimate the heads every trip. After every trip, we'll take a trip to the altar over in the Arceus area, and we will reanimate our heads. Each one is around like 900 prayer experience, so pretty decent. Yeah, this is it. You're looking at it. Oh, I did. If you notice in my inventory at the bottom here, I did go ahead and get my seed box because these guys drop a lot of seeds, and pretty much right after this, and after we get our torso, we're going to be starting our Slayer grind. So I was going to get it anyways. So why waste all of these precious seeds on the ground, especially when I still need level 70 Herblore for Song of the Elves, so should help towards that. They also drop a good amount of Ranars, it seems, so not much more to say. We're just going to keep going until we get this Black Mask. Alright, there it is. That was pretty quick. I think we got it in about half the drop rate. Let's check our log here. 213, so under half. Yeah. Nice. Not much to say. I guess we'll just take that and fuck on out of here. I don't know. Maybe finish the trip. Hope for another hard clue. What the hell? I like just got a longbone. I'm finishing up my trip obviously, and I just got a longbone after the Black Mask. I didn't record it because it's not that big a deal. It's like 1 in 500. But then like right after that, after telling my brother that I got a longbone, I get the curve pro drop in. We're both just like, what the fuck? Okay, I guess I'm blessed here. I don't know. I shouldn't have buried that longbone. I didn't want to go out of my way to take the longbone, just the longbone to the to Dorgeshuun to turn it in for construction experience, but I should have just held on to it since I got the curved bone. All right, so we're here in Dorgeshuun to turn in this curved bone. If we go ahead and use this on him, he should give us some money and some construction experience. Yeah, 2,000 coins and 6,750 construction experience for the one bone. Not a bad trade, considering it's like a 1 in 5k drop, but yeah. Let's clear our inventory, do this hard clue, and I guess I'm just going to start some Nightmare Zone to be able to imbue this mask, but I don't think I'm going to imbue the mask yet. I might do something else before that, just because there's something that's on my mind. I might want to do some medium clues, some thieving first, and then some stone chests. So thieving to get to the point where I can thieve from the stone chests in the Lizardmen Temple. And that's a really good source for medium clues. It gets us our Xerix Talisman, which, and over time, it gets us enough fangs to be able to mount that Xerix Talisman in our house. And I think I might want to do that before I start the Slayer grind, because it is a really good source for medium clues, which means that I have the potential to get spiked manacles, which would be a huge, huge upgrade for the boot slot for melee. It's a +4 to your strength. Not a lot of defensive stats, but it's the same strength bonus that Dragon Boots are going to provide, and it is storable. And you can get it before level 83 Slayer. So that's kind of what I'm going to be going for. It's a dual purpose kind of thing, more like a triple purpose. You also get a lot of gems there, which like diamonds and rubies, which translates directly to bolt tips if you bring a chisel. So I'll be saving up bolt tips for the future for when I get a rune crossbow, because I will need those diamond and those ruby enchanted bolts for some quest bosses later down the line and throughout the account in general. So yeah, we're going to go there for bolt tips, for medium clues for the potential at the boot rewards, and bolt tips, and just a shit ton of thieving experience really, and also the Xerix Talisman for the house. So a lot of purposes to be there. Going to be a really good grind to get done early, I think. So I'll probably do that before I start Slayer, which means I want to keep this black mask untradeable, which means not imbuing it, so it can just sit in my looting bag throughout the grind, because it is dangerous. You are kind of tanking Lizardmen throughout. There's the potential to get poisoned and go AFK and then accidentally die. So yeah, I don't want to be risking things in death storage while I'm doing it. We ended up being able to complete that last hard clue scroll, so let's go ahead and open up these 3 that we got from our black mask grind, if you can call it that. First one, Guthix Crozier, however you said that. Crozier? I don't know. Alks and yeah. Oh, more Noted Shark. I guess that's okay. Let's go with the next one. Okay. Getting uniques, I guess. The Ceradoman Full Helmet. That'll just go straight into the house to never be seen again. And last one. Ooh, that's big, actually. That's really big. Samrock Stole. I can actually store this with the rune H4 shield that I have. Right now it's currently stored at the Agility Pyramid with a Mystic Robe top, but since you can buy the Mystic Robe top at any time, and I only have one Heraldic Shield, I will just alch that Mystic top, or no, I'll probably store it in the house actually, because I need a full Mystic set for Mage Arena 2 whenever I decide to do that. So I'll take the shield and the Mystic top out of the stash at the Pyramid, I'll store the Mystic top in my house, and then I'll restore the Heraldic Shield with the Stole in the Kazari Jungle. Hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. I'm getting so lucky with these clue scrolls, man. Oh, and I keep forgetting I can't actually store hard clue scroll rewards, although I think the Crozier is part of the prayer robe sets, which belong to the medium clues, if I'm correct. Let me go check the house real quick to make sure I'm not wrong. But if that's the case, that's great. The Ceradoman Full Helm in this case, though, I will hold on to for as long as I can. Obviously, it's not priority, just because it's not going to be useless in literally any situation. But let's open this up. We'll check our medium rewards. And if we scroll down... Ooh, I guess not. I'm not seeing the... Oh, maybe it's easy, huh? I think I said easy. Because you can get this stuff from Easy Clues, I believe. Yeah, here we go. This is storable here. Very nice. Cool. And actually, one of these rope sets wouldn't be too bad to get. I know it's decent for, like, bursting whenever you're on task or whatever, but the Bando's Vestments specifically would be sweet, just because you need the Bando's Cloak for a Master Clue way down the line, but the likelihood that I'm going to do that many Easy Clues, to be honest, to the point where I'll actually complete a full set of this, is pretty unlikely. And even if I do complete a lot of Easy Clues, the likelihood of getting a full set is also very unlikely. So, yeah, that's just kind of a pipe dream. let's finish clearing my inventory. I got some stuff to store in the looting bag and some stuff to store in a hard stash unit. Just went ahead and got the shield and the mystic top out of the stash unit, and then I came to Yanil to buy the entirety of the set. So this is so that I can store it in my house and take out any individual piece that I would like say I get the hard clue step for the Rune Heraldic shield and the mystic robe top at the agility pyramid again. I can just head to the stash unit in the Khazari Desert where I have the shield and the stole stored, snag it out, come to my house, go to my magic wardrobe and snag the mystic robe top out and do that step easily. And then reverse the process, store everything back, and we're good to go. So if we do this, this should store all the mystic, and it does. Very nice. There we go, another full set in the POH. Home sweet home. Now we're going to get set up to go to Pyramid Plunder to get to level 64 Thieving, I believe is what I need. Let's check the chests. Lizardman Temple Beneath Mulch, yep, level 64. And my brother's actually there right now, so I'll be joining him. Okay, so I'm doing some chores since I know I'm going to be suiciding to Hespori. I'm obviously going to want to clean up my looting bag. Look how full it is. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of herblore starting off. And by that, I mean I'm going to get rid of these stacks of snapdragons. Currently I have some clean, some dirty, and I have a bunch of the secondaries to make a bunch of super restores. Also, I have a huge stack of Raynars, 254, which is great. Plenty of herblore experience. So I need to gather a bunch of snapegrass as well. And I think it's about time I make the water birth portal in my house. So that's what I'm doing here. We're going to go ahead and relocate to Relica. That way we can just house teleport. And I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing. So this portal chamber here, this is kind of like the temporary portal chamber. Like these are the ones that are kind of on my list to get rid of, aside for the South Graveyard. So the Draenor Manor and the Archaeus Library. I'm going to end up getting rid of the Archaeus Library one just because we can just use the South Graveyard one to get us to the Fairy Ring, which we unlocked near that location anyways. So this one is pretty redundant, not very useful. So this one will get replaced with the Water Birth one. And for that, we do need some runes. We need 100 casts for it, and right down here you can see the runes that are required. So we need 100 laws, 200 astral runes, and 100 water runes. So let's get our seal of passage, head to Lunar Isle, and buy some astral runes. Okay, I got a portal built to water birth, and here's how I do it. I collect a full inventory of snapegrass, and since it is notable with the addition of snapegrass seeds to the farming skill, I go ahead and keep my Ardougne cloak on me, and just monastery teleport, which is the closest teleport that I have to a leprechaun. Note it, house teleport, restore my run energy if needed, and then use my newly built portal back to Waterbirth Island and rinse and repeat the whole process. So pretty simple. We're about halfway to the amount that we need. Shouldn't take too long. Okay, we finished our little herblore side quest. We got level 66, 43,000 till level 67. Here's our looting bag right now, all organized. 790 doses of prayer potions and 378 doses of super restore now. The rest of the stuff we will claim from our death storage here at Hespori. We'll leave the stuff in there that we're not too, that we won't be too upset if we lose it. And yeah, we've got these items here. My old Amulet of Glory, now replaced by the Fury, which is going to get put in the hard stash unit in Sophinum, which I am on my way to anyways, because I need to train my thieving up to level 64. Done with Pyramid Plunder. We got the level 64 Thieving, which means we can thieve from the stone chests. And I actually went there to just kind of start the method, but as I got my first ruby, I realized I wasn't the fletching level required to actually make them into bolt tips, let alone diamonds. I need level 65 fletching, so 5 more levels. And to do that, I was thinking about doing broader fletching. So I'm here at the Slayer Rewards shop. I would need to make 15,000 broad arrows. I haven't done the math to see if I have the money for that yet. But I was looking through the rewards, and I was just kind of doing the math on the things that I want before I actually start Slayer. And it'd be great to have Malevolent Masquerade. obviously, for 400 points to go ahead and make the Slayer helm out of the black mask that I just got. Also, obviously, the broader fletching to get my fletching up, and also the broad arrows would be a great option to take into the fight caves to get through the waves, because they are pretty close. They're very similar to adamant arrows, and it would just save me a lot of time gathering rune arrows from either Last Man Standing or from Soul Wars. Also, another thing that I would want, obviously, is hot stuff in order to get to unlock the ability to have Jad as a task, as a Slayer task. This is 100 points. It's very cheap. I'm obviously going to get that because as soon as I start Slayer, I'm going to want to get that Fire Cape as soon as possible. So there's that, unlocked. Looking through everything else, though, I don't want boss tasks yet. I don't have any Slayer helmet recolors in my future, in my near future at least. Everything else here is kind of like the vampire one I might do later, like after I've started Slayer. It only costs 80 points, and what that would allow me to do is use my Slayer helmet. Yeah, it would allow me to use my Slayer helmet for vampires, and it would allow me to get vampires as a Slayer task in general, but one of the main advantages of that is once I have Sins of the Father done, it's a very nice AFK task where you can camp primarily pretty much the whole time and have a chance at a blood shard, which would be nice. It would just be an addition to the Fury to help at certain bosses, but also that perk can be used to complete Sins of the Father. So I can get assigned vampires, and then once I do, just go do Sins of the Father, knock it out with the Slayer helmet buff. Also, Reptile got ripped. I would like to unlock the ability to kill Lizardmen, because obviously the sooner I start killing Lizardmen on task, the better. But that is kind of an arguable one, because I won't have the ability to use my Slayer helmet on this task until I have that Hard Diaries done for the Zaya area. So that's probably going to be on the back burner. That, along with the Vampire one, would be on the back burner. Malevolent Masquerade I'm going to want right away, so we'll just go ahead and get that. That's great. That's unlocked. And now I just have to decide. I'll do the math to see if it's even worth doing the broader fletching, to see if I even have the money to make my broad arrows. But if I do, I'll just go ahead and snag this, because it'll still leave me with close to 150 points, 142 points, which is more than enough to cancel or block a task entirely. So yeah, I did the math. It's only going to cost 900,000 coins to go ahead and get my fletching up from level 60 to 65 with broad arrows, and I do have the level to do that. It is level 52, so that's what we're going to do. I'll probably, before I buy the packs here, I'll probably just go AFK some trees in the Woodcutting Guild or something. I'll go snag my rune axe from the White Wolf Mountain, and we'll AFK some arrow shafts while I've got the maximum inventory space. Okay, I'm done with my little fletching mini quest. 15,200 broad arrows fletched. Now I guess we're all set to go in our little stone chest thieving method for medium clues and whatnot. So eventually my inventory will reflect that to be both efficient with thieving the chests and doing medium clues at a very quick rate. I don't know how many it's going to stack up. I think the last time I did this method, maybe I got like over 40 clues from it, but we'll see. That'd be great. That's a really good chance at some boots. Okay, so I just wanted to compare the range strength that the broad arrows provide compared to adamant arrows, and it looks like they're slightly worse. The adamant ones provide a plus 31, but they're slightly better than mithril. So they sit right between mithril and adamant. Not quite as good as adamant, but for how expensive the adamant arrows are to buy, and just because of the fact that I can't make them, this is my next best thing. Pretty similar. Okay, so I'm going to be hopping around for super anti-poison. We do get poisoned at the stone chests every now and then whenever we get teleported out, because the lizardmen around the temple, they have a chance of poisoning you. So we're going to have this, but then I realized this is probably a perfect opportunity to actually use the Hespori seeds that I have, because I'll be near the farming guild pretty much the whole time. This is going to take multiple days to do, and Hespori takes either, I don't know, just under or just over a day to fully grow, so however many days I do this is how many Hespori kills I can get, realistically, since I'm not going to have to suicide, since I'm not going to have to use the death storage, or re-up on it, I guess, throughout this whole time. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll pick up the super anti-poison. We will, I guess, go to our house to get geared and fuck him up. Spores down. I went ahead and knocked out one of the combat tasks as well. That was a pretty simple one to just kill him with a special attack. I just waited till he was really close to dead and used the scimitar special attack. Yeah, that's my new personal best, I guess. I've never really tried with this boss. I've never brought a bow in here to take out these guys, so I'm always walking around like an idiot. But the Void actually worked out pretty well. I just protected from range, and the Void Knight armor, as you know, has really good magic defense, and I barely really had to eat, even though the fight took 1 minute and 40 seconds, so pretty tanky. We'll go grab a spade real quick, come back down here and loot this bitch. Okay, got our spade, or dibber, got another seed on us. Nothing great. Probably not. No, I don't think that's anything that I can even use immediately, because the torstals, you have to be, what, like 85 farming to plant this shit? Let's see. Herbs, yep, 85 for that, and then all of these special type seeds for the anima patch, you can't plant those until you're like level 76, so that just gets dropped straight on the ground as well. But we did get a little bit of farming experience, which is good. We'll keep this up. We have 6 more seeds in our seed box, so we'll just keep this up throughout this grind at the Lizardman Temple. Alright, we've been doing the stone chest method for a little bit now, and as you can see, we got a new collection log slot, the Xerix Talisman, and this is what we'll be, I guess, kind of primarily going for here, aside from the Lizardman Fangs. These can be directly converted into 100 Lizardman Fangs when you dismantle them. Obviously, I will keep my first one. That'll be good for teleporting around for medium clues. And in case you weren't really sure what this content was, because I don't think it is very well known, it might be nowadays, but they're basically chests that you can thieve at level 64 thieving. And I have them up on the wiki here to just kind of give you a general idea of the loot that you can get from them. The drop rate for the Xerix Talisman, well, first of all, let's start with the bolt tips, obviously. The only ones that I'm going to be keeping are going to be the ruby and the diamond. Otherwise, not really necessary. I thought about the sapphire ones just because they are going to be required for the Phantom Muspa fight for the Secrets of the North quest. But then I realized you can just buy the cut or the uncut sapphires very easily from any gem shop throughout Gielinor, and just chisel those down once I need them. So we won't be picking those up, wasting an inventory slot. Because eventually this inventory will get a little bit more full. We'll start getting medium clues, which means we'll have our caskets stacked up. I'll probably want to keep alks on me at all times, so yeah, it's going to get a little tight here. But also they drop, the chests drop a lot of seeds, different herb seeds, different allotment seeds. Specifically, I guess what I'm looking for here are limpwort seeds, so I'll do like consistent herb runs with limpworts. Also snapegrass seeds, those are always welcomed to have just passive secondaries for prayer potions, and then pretty much any herb seed that's going to be worth a damn keeping. Moving on to its other drop table, we've got coins, Lizardman Fangs, obviously the primary reason that we're here, and then it's got the uncut ruby drops, which every time we get the drop we chisel it into ruby bolt tips, which is why we went and did our fletching grind. And it looks like here I didn't actually need to go to 65. I could have just stopped at like 62 or 63, whatever it is for ruby, but just because I guess diamonds aren't a drop from here, but that's alright, no worries there. Medium clue scrolls are 1 out of 100 from this chest, which is great. And then the Xerix Talisman is 1 out of 300. And this does not change from the stone chest with the diaries like it does from the monster drops. This stays at a static 1 in 300 no matter what. So cool. Oh, and it says that right here. Yeah. So, yeah. Just wanted to give you a more general idea of what I'm doing, what the potential is for this chest. Currently have, if we empty our Xerix Talisman here, 1,216 fangs, and that's out of 5,000 that we need to mount the Xerix Talisman in the house. So effectively, we're just over a fifth of the way done, and the medium clues that we've completed are 20 so far. So by the end of the grind, we can probably expect anywhere from 90 to 100 medium clues done, which is crazy. It's a lot more than I thought that I'd be doing. I thought I'd be getting like 40 to 50, so that's very welcome. The more medium clues, obviously, the better chance we have at the boot drops, whether that be Rangers or Spiked Manacles. Both would be very welcome. Holy Sandals would be nice too, actually, since I do a lot of stuff that deals with requiring prayer bonus, like bursting. Pretty much any time I train magic, I rely on prayer. So, but yeah, any boots are welcome except maybe the climbing boots G. But even those are like currently those are my best in slot melee boots, the climbing boots. So even those I guess would be welcome because we'd be able to store those in the house. So anytime we needed them, we wouldn't have to make that run up to Tenzing in the mountains. So yeah, it's going great so far. It's pretty chill. I'm just watching the 2 towers and watching these medium clues go up. It's really tempting to open them up, but I think it'll make for better content if I wait until we're completely done with this grind, and then we just have a mass opening. So that's what I'll do. I will keep at it. If there's anything crazy that happens in the meantime, I'll keep you posted, I guess. Alright, decided to take a little break from thieving at the stone chest to do the birthday event before it goes away. It's the 10th birthday event, so I get a bunch of items that I can just destroy and claim back at any time from either my house or from Drainer. So, cool. I'm not sure what the new one is. I honestly... Oh, it's probably this one, the 10th birthday balloons. So, cool. Oh yeah, I'm at 40 medium caskets too, by the way. And I'm just over halfway done. I have 1,000 fangs in my amulet right now. And then obviously 1,600 on my person. So we have 2,600 out of the 5,000 required to mount the talisman. Cool, cool. Oh, this might be new too. Weird. Oh, damn. Just did a random easy clue that I got from doing the birthday event. I didn't get the clue from the birthday event. I got it by killing goblins because I misread a step during the event. If you did it, you know. But cool, we got a bob shirt, which is huge. Like that's going to be something that's going to be required for a couple different elite steps, I believe. So we can go store that in the house and just have that ready at any time that we need it. Nice. All right, we're coming up on a pretty big milestone here at the stone chests. If I can successfully thieve this, that'll put us at 80 thieving, which is pretty crazy, seeing as we came here at the base level required for it. We needed, I believe, level 63 or level 64 to come here. It was level 64, so we've been here for 16 levels, all the way to 80. Pretty crazy. That'll be actually very useful for us for achievement diaries later on. Obviously that's not why we're here. We're here for the Lizardmen Fangs, which we are very close to having all of. If we uncharge our amulet here, you'll see that we have 4,500 out of the 5,000 needed to mount the Xerix Talisman in our house. The medium clues, I honestly expected to get a lot more, but we've gotten incredibly lucky on the Xerix Talisman drops. If you check here on our room light for the stone chests, we have successfully thieved 5,631. From those, we've yielded 30 Xerix Talismans, which when you dismantle them, they give you 100 fangs each. And we've gotten 61 of the medium clues. For medium clues, we're pretty close to on rate. We're a little bit over, actually. We should have expected around 56 at this point. So a little bit over. But the Xerix Talismans, it's actually pretty insane. We should only have around 19, like 18 or 19 at this point, because they are 1 in 300. So if you just take the total and divide that by 300, you come out with like somewhere between 18 and 19. So we've gotten crazy lucky there, which is both fortunate and unfortunate because I would have liked to have a lot more medium clues. There's still time, obviously. I could end up going incredibly dry on the talisman still, and then still get the clue scrolls at a normal rate, but because, you know, RNG evens out when you're talking about high numbers most of the time. So we'll see. This could be the slowest 500 fangs of my life. We never know. But okay, we've done it. We have 3,900 fangs in the inventory. If we uncharge our main amulet here and dismantle this one that we just got, we've got 5,000 fangs with an uncharged Xerix Talisman. So now we can go throw that in our house. But before I leave here, you'll notice our stack of medium clues is looking pretty nice. It did take us a while to get those last 500 fangs like I predicted, so I would like to end with a nice 75 medium clues, so I'm just going to stay here until I get another one. Okay, I just couldn't do it. I tried to get the 75th clue scroll, but it's been taking way too much time. I got teleported out and decided I'm just done with it. Our thieving level is 81 now, almost 82. Really great. We started the stone chest grind at level 64, so a ton of experience there. If we take a look at the drops that we got from the stone chests, we actually successfully thieved just over 7,000. As you can see, a nice little buff to the cash stack. All of these rubies were converted into bolt tips right here in my inventory, just over 3,000. We ended up getting 500, or no, we got like 200 and something, I believe, diamond bolt tips. Let's check. Yeah, 229. Just the diamonds that I had in my looting bag, I actually chiseled into bolt tips as well. We got almost 2,000 fangs, 33 amulets, which is pretty insane. That's way over the drop rate. And then obviously the 74 clues that we have here. And then you can take a look at anything else that we got seed-wise. Most of it just didn't matter. The sapphires were converted into crafting experience and dropped. And yeah, not much else to say about that. I'm going to need to clear my inventory up a bit. I'll start by mounting this amulet. We'll go ahead and uncharge it and get what we need for that. We got a bunch of construction materials to do some upgrades to the house. The first one that I wanted to do are the teak shelves 2. That way I can have the maximum amount of actual physical boost available in my house at all times. So I'll just remove my old shelves, throw these guys on. Right here, teak shelves 2. And that'll just let me make a really good T boost for my house. The rest of the stuff I have is obviously to mount my Xerix talisman, but I do actually need this T boost in order to make the room, because 72 construction is required for the Nexus room. So we'll go ahead and just take everything we need. And there we go. Mission accomplished. This will, we can configure this to take us to wherever we want. I'll have it set to Glade because that's probably what I'll use the most. And yeah, great achievement to have. And obviously, we can, I guess, start building the Nexus, but that's quite a bit of money, so I'll probably wait to build that. And we'll just start transferring some of the portal chambers into this as we go. But I know that the base portal Nexus is like really shitty. It's like the equivalency of one portal chamber, which is severely underpowered compared to like how many teleports the crystalline can hold. I wish they would rebalance that because it's just not right, I don't think. But complaint aside, we have 74 medium clues to open, so I'll get rid of all of this construction crap and start opening these up. Okay, inventories is cleared, so I'm going to get it. I went ahead and got some alks. That way I can manage my inventory a little better. We are by the house portal in case my inventory fills up with collectibles, which hopefully it does. And yeah, let's get started, I guess. The way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to kind of play music over it. I won't interrupt until the end. We'll talk about the rewards at the end. So here we go. Okay, I think I'm just going to skip all of the master clues, just so you know. I'm sorry if that pisses you off, but I just honestly can't be bothered. Okay, coming down to the end here. We got 5 more hard clues to open. Let's bust them out. We'll spam them, I guess. Anything? Anything? Oh, Master Scroll Book. Okay, that's pretty useless for me, but we also got a Ceratom on page 1, which I think is maybe a dupe. Yep, looks like it. Cool. And a dupe Red Boater. Nice. All together, and and a dupe Mithril Helmet G. Cool. All right, well, that was pretty crazy. Got a lot of crap. Let's go check my house. We only got one pair of boots, and it was the worst ones. So unfortunate, but still a minor upgrade compared to what I have for melee. Because before I was having to run to Tenzin every time I needed my climbing boots, so now they're just storable in the house, and they got a little bit of fashion to them. So if we check we're in the easies right now. I think we got a few things for this. First of all, the blessings. We got 2 new blessings, the Honorable and the Unholy. The Unholy is going to be great for when I decide to do Zamorak God Wars Dungeon, so glad to see that. Only missing 1 blessing overall, and that's the Ancient one. Let's keep scrolling down. Anything else notable? Yeah, we got a Bando Stole. If you remember, we have a Stole already for the stash unit. There's only 1 required for all of the stash units in all of Gielinor, so that was added to that. Let's head to the medium rewards. And we got quite a bit of stuff. 2 of the 4 adamant gold. We've got a couple of the heraldic helmets. We actually got a dupe in there. And if you're wondering why I alked the dupes or dropped the dupes, it's because Ultimate Ironman can't actually store multiple clue score rewards in their house. Not sure why, but just not a thing. We have 2 of the rune, or I keep saying rune. We have 2 of the heraldic shields as well, and a heraldic plate body. Cool. There's our climbing boots. We can grab those out anytime we want to melee. That's pretty awesome. The U combo, which was kind of a semi-recent addition. I don't think that was originally storable, but it is now. And we actually got the full elegant. For some reason, white and black is combined, but we've got that in there. We can pull that out anytime we want. And the green dragonhide trimmed also was completed, so that's pretty cool. We got a bunch of headbands. Looks like 4 of the 7 headbands are required. A couple banners, a couple of them animal masks. Nothing crazy there. We're only missing... Oh no, we've got 2 of the 4 mithril armor gold, 1 of the mithril armor trim. We got a boater, which is great, and actually the only boater that we got a dupe of. That's actually used for, I think, a master stash later down the line. And there's our wizard boots from before, and the wolf cloak. So pretty good. Missing those spiked manacles, missing those ranger boots, if only. But can't complain. Can't complain at all. Fun to do. The Master Scroll Book. Let's check, see if that has any value. It does. I'll probably just drop that over. Yeah. The Guthic Smiter is the only thing I didn't store in my house. Just because that is actually required for the Rune Crossbow elite stash unit. So I'll want to hold on to that to store my Rune Crossbow in the future. So that'll just be kind of a +1 to the looting bag for now. We do have this page, which I think is a duplicate. We'll go ahead and we'll actually check. We'll go to our collection log. We'll go to clues, and we'll go to shared to just kind of verify that. Yep, the ancient page 1 is a duplicate, so we can go ahead and safely drop that or alk that, whatever we want to do. This is what we've got out of the shared, 30 of 49. None of the books are completed as of yet. The closest we have are the Armadil and the Ancient, both with 2 out of the 4. Like I said earlier, the blessings are looking good, just missing 1. We're still missing a few of the different teleport scrolls around the world, and everything else has been filled in. So cool. And then we can go ahead and check our medium. We have 32 out of the 115 medium clue scroll rewards, with 2 out of the 5 boots acquired. So looking pretty good. Okay, we're all organized. This is what the looting bag is looking like right now. Look at that fat purple sweet stack. I don't think I've ever seen it like that. 166 of those. It is pretty full right now, but obviously I have some stuff that I can process later on next time I use the Hespori Bank or whatever. We've got some Ranars, some Snapdragons that we can turn into Lone Dose Potions to kind of consolidate that. We've got a Hardwood Tree Run whenever those are done. And yeah, some stuff that I'm going to be using for Barbarian Assault, the Gothic Smiter, which will be stored in a stash unit eventually, and these bolt tips, which will get turned into bolts. So quite a bit of stuff to do. The Blood Runes I'm holding on to for Major Arena 2 whenever I decide to do that. I just haven't really been feeling that at the moment, so that's the only reason I haven't done it, honestly. But yeah, if we take a look at my list here for my notes over here on the side for Slayer prep, the only thing really keeping me from doing Slayer at the moment is the Fighter Torso from Barbarian Assault, so I guess I'm going to be headed there. No excuses. Let's get to it. Alright, we did it. If you take a look at the top left over here, we've got 375, at least 375 in each of the rolls. And we do have at least one queen kill as well. I think we got around 4, maybe. Not too bad. I just kind of went with randoms every time. There were only maybe like 2 or 3 times where the entire party collapsed, but pretty chill overall. Nice. I think I finally have the defense roll down. Probably the first time I've played this minigame where I actually did the defense roll correctly consistently, so definitely got better there. But if we check our rewards, go to the Penance Torso, we have 4 queen kills, perfect. I think we needed another queen kill for the Granite Body at some point as well, so it's good to have. But let's make sure we have the right thing. Penance Torso, that is what I want. Accept. And there it is. The Fighter Torso. That's a +4 melee strength. As you can see, it has very similar defensive stats to the Rune Plate Body that I have on currently. A little bit better slash defense. I guess worse stab, worse crush, worse everything else. But that +4 for the melee strength is definitely going to make up for it. We'll throw that on. Nice. Go away, Jekyll. Don't need you anymore. Hell yeah, dude. Looking like a Chad. Look at those. Look at that with the with the climbing boots G and everything. Cool. This is pretty much my Slayer setup, except minus the Slayer helmet. The last thing I need to do is go and take that black mask and imbue it, which I'll probably go do some. I might do some Nightmare Zone. I might look into how many points I need for, or how much zeal that I need for it from the Soul Wars minigame. It's kind of a newer way of doing it. I've never done it there. I'll take a look at both, see what's worth doing. Maybe I'll do some. I know if I want to AFK, then Nightmare Zone is the obvious choice, but I'll take a look to see how much time on average it takes at Soul Wars. Alright, so I'm about halfway through this grind to imbue my black mask here in Nightmare Zone, and I was kind of looking at the comparison between here and Soul Wars because I wasn't really sure which one I was going to do, and it seems like Soul Wars is probably, it can be slower or it can be faster, I think, dependent on your combat. So if you have a lower combat level and you're trying to get imbues, it's probably better to go to Soul Wars where you've got a team that you can rely on and you can get points at an effective rate. It costs 500 points to imbue your black mask at Soul Wars compared to the 1,250,000 that it costs here at the Nightmare Zone. And then obviously the points per hour here at the Nightmare Zone are going to be dependent on how quickly you can kill these hard versions of the bosses within here. So for me, I think I'm at a pretty good middle ground where, like, if I were to do either or, it'd probably be comparable time, just because, I don't know, of the weird area that I'm at the moment. But anyways, what I was getting to was, it's also really going to be dependent on how many quests you have done. Obviously, on this account, I've prioritized doing the quests first. That's kind of the whole point of my series, is to do the quests and then the achievements and so on and so forth. So obviously I'm in a unique situation where I have a lot of quests done, but not only a lot of quests, but the right quests done, because you want Desert Treasure and you want Dream Mentor done before you can actually maximize on your points in this place here. Obviously you can go the AFK route, which doesn't take much at all, but it takes a lot more time. So that's kind of the reason I'm here, is I can get more points per hour here, and it's a little more chill than to go into Soul Wars where I'd have to be actively playing the entire time. That's kind of why I chose here over there, and obviously it's going to vary based on your preferences at the time, and obviously the progress that you made on your account. So yeah, it's not going to take much longer here. As you can see, we're getting around 650,000 points an hour, which means that we should be done with this grind in just about an hour, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. Okay, we're done at the Nightmare Zone. We got to the cap of the points that we could get in that one session. We're at 1,332,000 reward points, which is more than enough. It's just under 100,000 more than we need. I did want to keep going, but obviously I was capped. Go away, Leo. Yeah, I wanted to get 20% extra, which would have been another 250,000 points, bringing us up to 1.5 mil. But that's fine. We'll just come back later and do that. The reasoning behind it was that after imbuing the black mask, when you refund it at the chest, you get 80% back, which means that I would get 1 million points back for unimbuing my black mask. And the reason to unimbue it is to make it tradable to then throw into the looting bag whenever I was doing like some kind of hard quest boss where inventory space was going to be an issue. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Like after this 69 Slayer session, I would just unimbue the black mask, store it away. So let's head to Hispori, get my black mask out, and we will come imbue it. Okay, we got our black mask, we got all the stuff to make the Slayer helmet, because if you remember, we did actually buy the ability to make our Slayer helmet. So we go to the upgrades, 1.25 mil, imbue that. Nice. What do we have left? We have 82,000 points left. That's more than enough to buy some more resources to actually come back and do this again. Very nice. And there we go. Slayer helmet imbued. Throw that bad boy on. We're ready to slay. Look at this beefcake, man. All right. Sorry, there's a train going off in the background if you can't hear it. But yeah, this basically the benefits for getting it imbued and not just taking it as is that it provides the Slayer bonus to both melee, or to all three combat styles. Melee, which is what it originally provides, but then also magic and ranged. Ranged specifically is going to be incredibly useful for when we get our fire cape. That is the primary reason that we actually did it. There's a ton of background noise. There's a train, there's coyotes, and I got the windows open. Sorry if that's all in the background, but not much I could do about that. But yeah, this is going to be amazing. I do have, since we are going to start Slayer like right now, I figure I'll just lay out my primary goals for the Slayer grind. Obviously the primary goal being 69 Slayer in order to complete Monkey Madness 2. But along with that, I want to get a Vampire task, which will then allow me to use the Slayer benefits within the Sins of the Father quest. And I also want to get a Jad task to get my Fire Cape on task. So those are the three primary reasons, I guess, for doing Slayer at the moment. I don't think I have a task currently. I kind of need to think about whether I want to do all Konar. I think that makes sense because those keys would be very beneficial for my account overall, just because of the steel bars and the mithril bars noted that they provide, which I can then take to the geez, there's a plane now too. Fuck, this clip is just fucked. But yeah, noted bars that I can take to the Giant's Foundry to then convert into both smithing experience, which is going to be needed for the Lumbridge and Drainer Elite Diary, but then also points at the Giant's Foundry to then buy the outfit so that I can have my ice gloves here permanently stored in my house, because these can be combined with the smith's gloves, and once I have the full outfit and the smith's gloves combined with the ice gloves, it's essentially a storable version of the ice gloves. So I wanted to make so that I won't have to make the trek to the Asgarnian dungeon and kill the Ice Queen every time I need ice gloves. So yeah, that'd be very useful. So I think that's what I'll do. All right, here we are coming up on Konar. The one, I guess, question I have for this boss, we'll have to check her rewards here and see if she can actually assign Jad tasks, because I know when you do unlock hot stuff, it has like restrictions. Duradel, Neve, Chaldar. Okay, yeah, so Konar will not actually assign us our Fire Cape task, which is kind of what I thought, which means we cannot rely on Konar for our main source of Slayer. We're just gonna have to go with, based on this list, we'll just have to go to Neve. probably most of our tasks, and I'll still come to Konar like every 10th, at least until we get our fire cape. And I also wanted to check, because I don't think I actually unlocked vampires. We have 142 points at the moment, and it takes 80 points to unlock vampires, which means we'll still be able to cancel a task or two once we unlock this. But let me just check my tasks that I already have. Ooh, see, that's what I was afraid of. I don't have a lot of tasks on my block list at the moment, which means we could run into something that I just never want to see again. I don't know. I might just take the risk, because right here it says that vampires will actually be assignable. Vampires will actually be assignable by Konar as well. Konar, Duradel, Neve, and Chaldar, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'll just do it. I'll just go for it. Fuck it. Why not? Cool. We still have 62 points left, not far off from 100. We can cancel 2 tasks if we need to. Pretty good there. So yeah, let's not get a task from Konar. Let's go to Neve. Okay, first task. Dagonoth, not bad. We'll do that in the catacombs, I guess. Oh yeah, I'm also going to try to do as many tasks as I can in the catacombs, just because of the chance at the shards, which are going to be good for Arclight later on, which I will be using to kill demonic gorillas after I do Monkey Madness 2, which is the whole reason I'm doing this Slayer grind. So I want plenty of those ancient shards to then add to the Arclight to kill a bunch of demonic gorillas later for my Zenite to then turn into my Ring of Suffering. So that's kind of the plan. And this is where I'm going to end the video. We're at about an hour's worth of content, and pretty good place to leave off right before we start our Slayer grind. Next video you can expect quite a bit of Slayer, along with maybe a couple quests. We'll see. Right now I'm kind of filming this. I'm from the future, so I can't really show you any of my stats or anything, so for spoiler's sake. So sorry about that, but yeah, thank you for sticking around to the end. If you liked it, you can do what you want, obviously. Consider subscribing if you want me to make more of these videos in the future, and I will definitely see you in the next one.